Alright, guys, let's get started. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the webinar session of Quant Quest. I'm Samritha, a coordinator of the Finance Club at IIT Madras. Hope you had a great time learning at the workshop session held on January 30th. Those who couldn't join the workshop session, don't worry, we will be sharing the recording of the session soon. So just keep an eye out on the Unstop page. Today, we are privileged to have Mr. Pushpak Dagade, the founder and CEO of AlgoBulls, and Mr. Rishabh Kashyap, product manager at AlgoBulls, to take a pre-event webinar. They'll be explaining the features of the platform and the details of the upcoming contest. So let's begin the session with Mr. Pushpak. Over to you, Mr. Pushpak.
Thank you so much for the warm introduction. Can you just confirm if I am audible and visible?
Yeah, you are both audible and visible.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, hey everyone, good evening, and a warm welcome to the AlgoBulls Quant Quest pre-event webinar. I'm Pushpak, the CEO of AlgoBulls, and I'm genuinely excited to have each one of you with us today. What lies ahead is nothing short of an exhilarating journey, and this webinar marks just the beginning. First and foremost, a big thank you for bringing your enthusiasm and curiosity to the Quant Quest competition. Whether you are an experienced trader or just taking your first steps into the world of algorithmic trading, you are at the right place. So, AlgoBulls is the top algorithmic trading company with no code as well as full code capabilities for algorithmic trading. We have a strong presence in India. We serve over 50,000 clients, which have been acquired in just 3 years with no paid marketing. We created India's first algo trading marketplace for retail. And at the core, we are creators of a groundbreaking product called as Python Build, which caters to the algorithmic trading needs of the largest spectrum of users. Whether it's corporate giants or individual traders, we have flexible algorithmic trading solutions for all. You guys will get a flavor of this in this competition. So before we delve into the details, let me share why Conquest holds a special place in our hearts. So Conquest is not just a competition, it's a doorway for all of you to test your trading prowess. You can learn from the best and you can thrive in the realm of algorithmic trading. Over the upcoming days, you'll unlock the potential of algorithmic trading, force that is reshaping how people invest and trade in the financial markets. I hope you guys have been following what's happening in the financial markets recently, and you should be able to relate with all of this. So at AlgoBulls, we are committed to making trading accessible to everyone, and Conquest embodies that commitment. This event is your chance to grasp and apply algorithmic trading strategies, compete with your peers, and unleash your trading capabilities. But this isn't just about competition, right? It's also about building a community of kind spirits like you who are passionate about trading and technology. This journey is your opportunity to learn, grow, and connect with fellow traders on our Slack community. It's called as Algo Trading Ninjas. We'll give you the steps on how you can join it later. This is an exclusive space where your trading education can thrive even after the Conquest competition concludes. You can forever be a part of it and keep learning. To make your Conquest competition experience even more enriching, we have had two workshops lined up for you. The first one was already conducted on January 30th by Mr. Rajiv Padke. He provided insights into the stock market and diverse trading strategies. In case you have missed it, don't worry. The workshop recording will be available to you soon on our AlgoBulls YouTube channel. Now, based on the popular demand, we have kept a second workshop, which will focus on empowering you to code your own algo trading strategies from scratch. It will be conducted by Mr. Akhil Jain. So, guys, you can mark your calendars for February 4th at 9 p.m. And I mean, it's a good opportunity for you to see how to code strategies from scratch. It's a fairly simple process, but learning from somebody who's doing it right in front of you would be highly helpful for you to compete in this competition with the right skill set. Your attendance is highly encouraged to make the most of this learning opportunity. Also note, this is not just for the competition, it helps you down the line as well. Anybody planning to pursue their careers in this now or later, depending on which year you are, this would be highly helpful because the concepts of algo trading apply everywhere. So today we'll guide you through the Quantquest details, offer insights into our platform, and discuss the competition rules. Okay. So at the end of the webinar, we'll also have a Q&A session to address all your queries. We are confident by the end of this webinar, you'll feel prepared and motivated for this thrilling journey. Okay. So now let's immerse ourselves into the world of algorithmic trading and let's understand what exactly it is. So many of you here might be beginners and might be thinking that what exactly is algorithmic trading and why it is crucial in today's financial markets. Why is there a buzzword about algo trading in India recently? So algorithmic trading, or often called as algo trading for short, it involves executing trading orders using automated and pre-programmed instructions. It's basically a bot which trades on your behalf. And it's not just the automation, it's the precision as well, which is important. So these algorithms can analyze vast amounts of data, the live market data, which is generated every second, every microsecond, millisecond in the live markets, and they can execute the trades in fraction of a second. And this is like a trading superpower. So if you know how to create your own algorithms and do algorithmic trading, you can essentially access this vast amounts of data and take decisions on it immediately in no time and with accuracy. And algorithmic trading is open for traders of all types: day traders, swing traders, long term investors. From simple moving average crossovers to complex machine learning models, these algorithms can have different types of trading strategies. All of these can be part of your algo trading spectrum. The beauty of algo trading lies in its rule based approach. It's devoid of human emotions. Basically, there are no human emotions involved here. So, emotions of fear of making losses or greed of making profits are not present here, and hence you don't end up making mistakes. The decisions are based on predefined criteria. They help in eliminating the errors and ensure consistent strategy execution all year long, or as long as you want them to execute. So in India, there are over 100 million Demat accounts, or more than 10 crore Demat accounts. And as you guys would know, right, Demat accounts are something which is required for trading, just like you need a bank account for doing banking transactions. So are Demat accounts for doing trading transactions in India. Okay. And out of these 10 crore plus Demat accounts, most of them were open in the last 3 years post the COVID pandemic. Like before the pandemic, the number of Demat accounts in India were around 3.5 crore. Now they are 10 crore plus. So it took 20 years to reach to the 3.5 crore mark, but only 3+ years to, almost triple, more than 2.5 to 3 times of that number. So that's been the exponential rate which has happened in India, and it's still happening. And it's mostly happening because of Gen Zs and millennials like you who are adopting this trading, and especially algo trading, very, very quickly or early in their careers. If you look at some more numbers here, then I can tell you like how much amount of volume is happening on the exchanges via this algo trading. So on Indian exchanges, which are popularly NSE and BSE, more than 50% of the total uh, volume is generated by algo trading. And in the US, which is a more mature market, over 80% of the volume comes from algorithms. So you see, there the amount of manual trading, which is the opposite of algorithmic trading, is just 20%, and India is slowly going in that direction. Now, imagine your potential if you're able to understand even the basics of algo trading during your college days itself. It would significantly boost your career, and it could also be a source of generating alternative stable revenue down the line. Now, let's proceed to explore the AlgoBulls platform. I'll not take much of your time and hold off your excitement. Here, you'll witness how we can create, test, and deploy your algo trading strategies on the platform for Quant Quest. So just stay tuned for the rules and guidelines that will be followed now. Rishabh, who is product manager at AlgoBulls, will walk you through all of those. So, Rishabh, over to you, please.
Thank you, Pushpak, for the introduction. So, without further ado, I'll quickly tell you the timeline of the competition. So, like Pushpak has already said, we have had a session on stock market concepts for equity and options on 30th of January by Mr. Rajiv. And there's another session based on a poll that we had. This session is going to be conducted on algorithmic trading strategies. Basically, we are letting you know how to code your strategies from scratch. and the session would be on 4th of February at 9 p.m. Now it's less than 3 hours before we are starting the competition. The competition starting at on 2nd of February at 12 a.m. and the competition would be ending on 10th of February at 11:59 p.m. And post that, we have the result announcement on 7th of February. I'll walk you through the rules and regulations of the competition. But before that, I'll quickly let you in on the prizes that we have. So the winner is getting a prize worth of almost 1 lakh. That includes our premium subscription and a cash prize. While the first runner-up has a total prize of worth almost 50,000. And the second runner-up has a total prize worth of almost 25,000. So the breakdown is visible to you and it's already there on your Unstopped site if you want to revisit it. Now, how is the competition built and how you have to proceed is based on certain rules and regulations. I'm expecting a lot of you might have already registered on the platform. So you have the flexibility to join the competition solo or form a team with a maximum of 3 members. Okay. You have to ensure that you're using AlgoBulls platform for the entire competition for any research or any of your functionalities. But during registration, you have to make sure that you enter your name in the format that is shown here. It should be your name dash your team name and the organizing institute. So for example, if your name is Aman Verma, if your team name is Rising Raider and you are from IIT Madras, this is how your name should be on the platform when you register. Aman Verma, Rising Raider IIT Madras. Okay. This structured format ensures your participation details are correctly logged. So it will help us to create the leaderboard and have your name on the leaderboard properly. Upon registration, each participant receives our starter Python build plan, which is activated in the portal on your own. So it's like your preparatory toolkit. So feel free to explore and learn using this plan before the competition officially kicks off. Participants can choose to create their trading strategies using our ready-made templates in the Indian market in equity and FNO segments or US market in the equity segment. Okay. So we have 3 mode of strategy creation methods. You can create your strategy using our ready-made templates, using code from scratch, or you can also create your strategies using our generative AI. But we recommend using generative AI only if you have a paid key for OpenAI. That is the best way to do it, or it might consume a lot of your time. So the best option for you and the easiest option for you is using our ready templates. And if you are technically sound enough, you can also code from scratch, which you can learn from the workshop that we are conducting. So each participant will be receiving a virtual fund of rupees 100 crores for the Indian market and $1 billion for the US market. And the entire amount is available for every backtest. So every time you execute your strategy, you don't have to worry that the resources would be depleted. For every execution, the resources would refresh and you will have 100 crores or $1 million, depending on what market segment you are using. We highly recommend that you get creative with all the candle size, quantity, stocks, or strategy parameters that you have in the config section. I'll be, of course, giving you a demo and showing you where these things are. And these are basically the scenarios that you have to tweak and change to maximize your returns. Okay. So the main rule here is that you have to backtest your strategies from 1st of January 2023 to 30th of June 2023. The date cannot change, and any date that you use beyond this or before this would not be considered for your execution. So make sure the date is exactly this. The team with the highest gross ROI in a single run shall be crowned the champion of the competition. So You'll have to delete your trades and rerun your strategies if you are making certain changes. So a single run is being considered when you execute your strategy. And that is the overall scenario that we'll consider as the gross ROI for winning this competition. In case of a tie, the team with the best average hit ratio for their strategy shall be placed at the winning position. Now, the most important scenario here is that any kind of hard coding of parameter like date or quantity is not permitted. Any continuous use of hard coded strategies will lead to disqualification. So make sure you are not doing that in at any cost. Okay. Now that we have grasped the rules, let's step into the world of AlgoBulls. I'll guide you through the platform showcasing how to create, test, and deploy your trading strategies. So I'll quickly change my screen. I'll let you in on how the platform looks when you move to the competition.algobulls.com platform site. So this is the site that will be coming on when you register on Unstop and follow the link given there. So you can sign up using Google, or you can use OTP, or use a password for logging in. I recommend using a number and a password because it's the most easiest method, or you can also use Google for sign in. Once you log into the platform, this is the splash screen that will be visible to you. Like I said in the rules and regulation, as you can see on the top right corner, my name here says Rishabh, Product Manager, AlgoBulls, in the exact format that I gave you. So make sure your name is given in this format here. In case you have already registered and your name is not in this format, you can easily go to settings. Make sure to edit your name here and submit. So you can have the name and we can easily understand what team you belong to and what organizing institute you belong to. This will help us rank you on the leaderboard easily. Once you're on the platform, your plan would automatically be activated. So at present, I have the starter Python build plan activated for me because I have registered here. So we have three options to create a strategy: create using AI, explore ready templates, and code from scratch. To learn about any of these, we also have a link here given, which is for our documentation side, which tells you what the code structure is and everything about all the strategies we have and anything that empowers you to code your own strategy. So to give you a demo of the entire thing, I'll choose a template and I'll first start with the equity template so I can show you how it functions, and then I'll also show you how the option templates works. There's no difference in them, of course, but I'll just give you a demo. So let's say I'll choose volatility trend ATR. To make this template work, I have to save this template in my coded strategy section. So if you see, there are some back tested data here, sample, which is basically the data from strategy owner. And if you want to see these data, all the charts and meta information are available here for you, including the heat maps for the entire execution. You also have the logs available. You also have the timeline and P&L table available with you. So these are the things that you have in your arsenal to explore and improve your strategy when you either code them or use from our templates. So to proceed, you have to save this strategy. Like it says, the strategy will be added to my coded strategies. Once I continue, I have the entire data and the analytics section has been whitewashed. I don't have any data now because I own this strategy. To make this strategy unique, I'll recommend to have a unique name for this strategy so you don't miss out on what strategy you are working on. So let's say I am renaming it Now that this entire code is available with me, if you have read the documentation side, you might know what to do here. If not, you can leave the code as it is, and you can simply go to this button called tweak strategy, and you can open the parameter section that we have. So as you can see, we have the segments, we have the instruments available here, the candle size, what mode I want to execute in, all the order settings that I want, and the strategy parameters. So I'm just keeping it this way as I want. You can, of course, tweak this according to your strategy and your research. So let's say I want to trade on Tata Power. I'll simply save this configuration with me, and I'll save and start. This opens the execution modal that we have. So this is a unique execution modal that nobody else provides, because for backtesting, paper trading, or live trading, you do not have to change a single line of code here. We have the entire thing handled on our backend. You just have to change a button here. You just have to change the tab, and you can execute your strategy in any of the modes preferred. For this competition, of course, we are backtesting. You will be customizing your date, start date, and end date here. So, like I said, we have to run from 1st of January 2023 to 30th of June 2023. Okay, so this is the start and end date that I have used. Let's say I use a random lot size of 100. This is all that you have to do. There's nothing else here. If you want, you can turn on the feature to limit your losses or not. However you want to use it, you can do it. But just for a demo, I'm not turning it on, and I'll simply execute this strategy. Okay. So now that you can see, there's a green dot here. There's a running status here, and the strategy has gone in execution mode. Now that we are waiting for this strategy to run, so we have been running for this for 6 months of data. It of course will take some time, 30 to 40 seconds. But while this is happening, I'll also side by side show you how the option strategies work. So it basically works in no different way than equity strategy. The only difference is the code that we have here for the options. So just to refresh your memory, I'll save this strategy, send this to my coded strategies. I'll simply change my name so I know what unique strategy I am using. Okay. And now simply I'll go to the config section. I have all the configurations set. If you want, you can change these configurations depending on your knowledge and information that you have. You can save this configuration. Simply save and start to open the execute modal. Set up your backtesting period for your demo. I'll not be using the same date. I'll just use a small day time period of 1 month, and let's see how it functions. And I'll use a simple lot size of 100, and I'll execute this strategy. So this is all that you have to do to start your strategy. Of course, to get a better ROI, you have to make certain changes in your configurations. If you know Python and if you know the code structure that we have, you can of course change the code structure and make the most of it. Now that we come back to the equity strategy that we had, as you can see, my strategy is still running, and I have a profit of 4,250 here, and all the charts are being well executed and shown to me. I can make the most of it. I can analyze it. The heat maps are available to me, and the logs are also available. If you check here, we have the runtime error option. In case your strategy has any kind of error, if your code has error, you'll find this at this tab. So my code was all well created and it has no error, so I don't have it in. If you want to analyze your PNL table, this is where you can find it. You can switch it into percentage, or if you want, you can switch it into currency. So this is the entire scenario that you have to follow. If you want to code from scratch, we are of course going to have a workshop on that will show you. And if you want to read it on your own, like I said, we have a link here available for our documentation site that will lead you with all the information that you can have for understanding the strategy and the code structure that we have. We have the strategy guide, all the regular strategies and the option strategies that we have. You can read them and understand more about our uh, coding methods and the structure that AlgoBulls uses for creating strategies. Okay, so this is the option strategy that we were using. As you can see, I have a profit of 13,61,000. So it will totally depend on what strategy you are choosing, what parameters you are setting, and how you are tweaking the configurations. And that is the whole scenario that you have to use to get the highest ROI and rank on the leaderboard. Okay. So this is all for the demo that we have. And in case you have any doubt, you can ask the questions in the Q&A that we are going to have after this session. And just in case you don't want to ask the question right now, make sure you are joining the community and you can ask your doubts and questions there and have all the updates there. Okay. So thank you for being the best audience, and I'll let Pushpak take over now as we move forward with the webinar. Over to you, Pushpak.
Thank you, Rishabh. I think that was really helpful, especially for the first timers here. Okay, I hope I'm audible to everyone. So
Yes.
now that thank you. So now that every one of you know about the competition, let's go to the final section of this webinar. As we had mentioned earlier, we like to keep it short. So finally, once again, I would like to introduce to you our dynamic Slack community, which is called as Algo Trading Ninjas. Rishabh will share the link to the community in the chat once again for your reference. It is available on Unstop as well. So Algo Trading Ninjas is a vibrant hub where you can connect with like-minded people. You can share insights, deepen your understanding, and even ask your doubts. Whether you're an expert or you're taking the first steps in algorithmic trading, this community is meant for you. We have curated dedicated channels spanning various facets of algo trading, ensuring a collection of resources, support, and networking opportunities are available for each one of you. And we have created dedicated channel for this Quant Quest competition as well. So I would like to extend a personal invitation to each one of you. Please join this community and embark on your odyssey of mastering algo trading strategies. All updates and events and event related discussions will also be captured there. Our team will keep posting there from time to time, and they will also keep responding to your queries. So please feel free to drop your queries there, and we'll be helping you all along your journey from the start to the end of the competition. And as you mentioned earlier, this community is for here to stay. It doesn't end with the competition, so you can still be a part of it and keep connecting with the community and asking your doubts as you progress in your career with algo trading. So stay tuned on the community channel for the freshest insights, updates, and exclusive opportunities of this competition. And this is just the beginning of your journey. We are genuinely excited to have you all on board. Remember, finally, learning is perpetual and the world of algorithmic trading evolves endlessly. So the path you have embarked on today is a thrilling one and it's brimming with opportunities and revelations. We eagerly anticipate your active engagement in both Quant Quest and the Algo Trading Ninjas community. So with that, we'll now open up the Q&A round. If you have any doubts, queries, please feel free to type your questions in the chat box. All technical questions will be taken up in the workshop which we have later on, but anything related to the competition or otherwise which you have, please feel free to ask right now. Okay, looks like everyone is sorted. There are no queries from anyone. We'll wait for a few more minutes. In case anybody has any questions, they can put in the comment box. Else, we can call it a day. Okay. We have a question from Kedar here. The question says, can we want to spend the whole virtual money that provided to us? Uh, if I'm understanding your question, I think you're saying that are you compelled to spend the entire virtual money that is provided to you? So the answer is obviously no. You are not compelled to use it fully. But as a piece of advice, the profits which you generate or the ROI which you generate will be proportionate to the funds that you're using, the virtual money that you're using. So the higher amount of virtual money you use, the more chances of you making a better ROI. So as a suggestion, you should actually use your virtual money to the fullest because you will see that your ROI is proportional to the amount. I hope that
And
answers the query.
just adding to this point, Kedar, like I said, every time you execute your strategy, every time you backtest it, your virtual fund will be replenished. So you'll have 100 crores or $1 billion every time you execute your strategy. So you don't have to worry about using some of it. Uh, you can just use the entire money if you want to.
Right. So the idea is basically we understand that people will be innovating and will keep on improvising on the strategy. So hence the amount is available for every run, and eventually what will count is the final run which you guys submit and what's the ROI you make in that. So feel free to experiment around as much as you want. Okay, we have another question from Hardik here. So Hardik says, do we have to register separately on AlgoBulls platform? So yes, you'll have to register on the platform because without that, you'll not be able to use uh, this whatever was shown in the demo, right? You'll not be able to create or save strategies. So yes, you'll have to register.
So
You
like
can register.
we are in a
Yeah,
team
Hardik.
of two, so both of us should register, or we should register as one team.
So team, I think the team registration would be one. Basically, both of you are part of the same team, but feel free to have two different accounts in AlgoBulls, and both of you can try and experiment and have whatever combination you like. At the end, we'll consider the one which is the best. So you can be in touch with our teams here. So when we are reconciling the winners, you can let us know which account to consider.
So
Our
we can
teams will be
have
in
two
touch with
different
you.
accounts and then like
Yeah,
have
yeah,
it. Okay.
yeah, absolutely. Just
Yeah.
just follow the name format which was mentioned in the beginning of the webinar. Just
Yeah.
follow the name format here. Okay, guys. Anybody has any other question? I mean, you can obviously ask us anything on Slack once again when the competition starts, and we'll also make this deck which was shared in this webinar available. But okay, there's a question from Aryaman here. Can you repeat the name format? Okay, Rishabh, can we share the deck which
Yes.
shows the name format?
So basically, Ariman, I'll write the format in the chat so you can just see and use the same format. So let's say I'll use your name. Your name's Ariman, and let's say your team name is Rising Raider, and you belong to IIT Madras. So this is the format that you have to use and your entire team have to use. So basically, when you have three members in your team, only the first name would be changed, rest of the name would be same. So when all three of you create an account, we'll be able to analyze that you all the three of you belong to the same team. Okay. Okay. Any more questions, guys?
So like, do we have to do trading daily, or like what will it be?
So, see, the idea is basically, I'll tell you a typical journey here. Let's say, so Hardik, you and your team, you start register on the platform and you run a few strategies. The easiest way here is you'll take our template and run that as it is, right? And you'll generate some ROI. So the idea is that once you get a hang of it, you try some ready runs as it is first. And then once you get a hang of it, you try to change the parameters or the instrument or maybe even the code if you can. And the idea is that you need to keep on improvising here. As you get a hang or feel of it, you'll understand that the potential here is tremendous and the possibilities are endless. So basically, you can keep innovating on your strategy and try to get the best of the returns. So think of it how the Goldman Sachs of the world or the our researcher world counts of the world do, right? They keep doing the same thing, right? They try to create strategies which have the maximum alpha or maximum returns basically from a market. So that's what you need to do. So coming to your question that do we have to do it every day? So honestly, the the uh, the choice is yours. But if I were you, I would be continuously creating and upgrading my strategies, and I would be continuously trying to make sure that can I just beat my previous benchmark of whatever ROI I was able to achieve. Can I just make my strategy a bit more better and run it again and see what's the new ROI? And I just want to keep doing that again and again, and essentially want to use the entire um, duration of the event available to keep on innovating. And since you have a team, you can even brainstorm your ideas and figure out that where you can get more alpha, what changes can you do in the strategy or the configuration. And
Does it
finally,
will remain the same, right?
sorry.
The data set over which we are like using the strategy.
Yes, so you have to backtest on a fixed range, which was mentioned in the deck. We'll share it again with you. It's a 6-month period. You have to backtest in the same period. So the strategy can keep changing. You can keep changing the configuration or the strategy or the code or the stock, but the backtest duration has to be fixed. Basically, we see how your strategy is performing the 6 months. Okay. And just finishing the answer to your question, we will consider the strategy which gave the highest ROI. So you need not worry about innovating because we have data. We will have data about all the strategy runs which you are doing. So let's say you ran 1,000 times, and let's say your 900th run was the best, and there were other runs had lesser ROI than that, then we'll automatically consider the 900th run. So you need not worry about it. Of course, you have a space to save and run multiple strategies. So we'll say that utilize that, and if you think you have got a really good result, keep that safe and try to run on new strategy. That's all we'll say. So that in case there is any query from our end, you can regenerate the results by running it. I hope that
Okay.
answers the question,
Yeah.
Hardik.
Okay. So you'll like consider the best strategy, like.
Yes, the best run.
Okay.
Best one. Yeah, the best strategy. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you.
Make sure you follow the rules that you have to run within the same duration, which is given, and all other rules which I mentioned. That's it. That is the only thing you need to do. And you can keep telling, if at all you have a doubt, you can keep telling that whether we got your highest run or not. We'll confirm and tell you that. We'll keep. So this is a general input for all the people here. We'll be releasing leaderboards daily after a few days. So leaderboard will typically have the top three teams which have the highest ROIs, and this is I think our fourth or fifth Quant Quest in IITs. And from the experience, I'm telling that every time a leaderboard is released, uh, it just gets everybody excited. And the next day's leaderboard is very different because the ones who are at the bottom or in the middle, they start coming to the top. So the leaderboards will keep you aware of who is doing what, or at least what the top three performers are doing, where the ROIs are. So keep an eye for the leaderboard, and yeah, make sure that you try to be a part of the leaderboard. We have another question from Sibi here, that will you send the recorded video of the meeting? Yeah, absolutely. So I think your finance club itself is recording this video. So Finance Club, please send the recorded video to us. We'll put it on YouTube channel and we'll share the link with everyone. We'll put it on Unstop. We'll put it on Slack as well. CB, I hope this answers your query. Okay. All right, guys. I think there are no more questions from anyone. If at all there are any questions, or if at all you've joined late or your friends are watching this later on, feel free to ask a question on Slack and we'll get back to you. Your Finance Club is also here to help you. We are here to help you. Just make the best of this time and try to get the best returns. Thank you so much, guys, for joining this. All the very best. Okay, I think we've got last minute question from Kishore. Kishore is asking, when does the plan and the platform activate, right? So it will activate immediately. So if you go to the My Plan section on the platform and choose the free plan, you can just activate it instantly because it's a free plan. So just go to your My Plan section and do it. If you face any issues, you can let us know and we'll help you. Okay. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Kishore.